I tried to do like a sunburn makeup, like not sunburn, sun-kissed makeup, and I think it looks really good. I think this is gonna be my new summer makeup look. Hi guys, my name is Isa and I am the hostess of my new podcast, Glam and Talk. This podcast is a place for me to share my story and basically just open my healing journey to everyone who needs healing. I mostly talk about healing my relationship with food, my body, and myself. I would say that's about 80% of my episodes, but I do dive into childhood wounds, limiting beliefs, relationships, friendships, you name it. Throughout this healing journey, I've discovered that I am very complex, way more than I would like, which makes me think that people out there are just as complex as I am. I had a really slow start in my healing journey. I didn't know how to start, where. So I do want to open up my experience so it's not that slow or that hard for you guys to start healing and just have a little bit of guidance. My episodes might not align with what you're looking for. That just means that you're not my target audience, and that is completely okay. Now, if you end up being my target audience, I just want you to know that this is a safe space for everyone and that I'm trying to be as honest as I can. Opening up about things that I don't usually talk about with people has been quite challenging, but just the idea that whatever I'm sharing is gonna end up helping someone makes me want to share it. So I pray that my podcast reaches the right people at the right time in their lives, and if this video has reached you, I think this is meant for you. That being said, the idea of my podcast is for us to do our makeup together while we're listening, while you listening and while I talk, hence Glam and Talk. So I will be doing this makeup look for this episode, but every single episode will have a different really cute makeup look, so you guys should listen to all of my episodes. Anyway, I think that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to check out all my other social media, I would love that. I hope you enjoy it. Mwah! Hi guys. Today I want to talk about hyperfixation, specifically in weight loss. Let me paint you a picture. It's currently winter. You're thinking, okay, it's 5 to 6 months away from summer. This is my time to build my dream body in order to look amazing this summer. Does this sound familiar? And I'm not asking as in familiar you had the same thought for this winter 2025. I'm talking this has been your same thought every single year for the past years. Current trend is going on, you're so funny, and it's like, thanks. And you kind of like share your trauma. So I actually found this one and it says, "You're so funny. Thanks. I haven't lived a day in 10 years without thinking I need to lose weight." And I check out the comments and it says, "Too personal to repost. I can't deal every single day thinking about my weight. I haven't known peace since I was 12. I fear this will be me till my last day. This was me 10 years ago, this is me now, and probably will still be me 10 years down the line." I can keep going. The video has over 1,000 comments. I relate. And because I relate, I feel comfortable enough making this episode. What is hyperfixation? Quick Google search. It says, it's a state of intense focus on a single activity or topic to the point where a person loses touch with the present moment. Characteristics would be complete absorption. A person may become so immersed in the activity that they can't hear others or notice their surroundings. Intense concentration. A person may be completely dedicated to the task and ignore anything else. And long duration. A person may focus on the activity for hours at a time. I'll give a little bit of a context of how it was for me, or how it is for me, before diving into what we can do to work on hyperfixation. So my dad put me in a diet when I was really young, when I was around 10, 11 years. I always thought he just thought I was fat. Like, that's as far as I could go as a child. Oh, he thinks I'm fat, that's why I'm in a diet. Especially because he seemed to be hyperfixated on my weight. He was monitoring everything I ate, everything I didn't eat, the pills that I took, the exercise that I did or didn't do. I learned the hyperfixation from him, but also that's what I had to do in order to manage my relationship with him. Obviously, I had a toxic relationship with my dad, and the only way I could control it was through food, which was really damaging. I've been working on my relationship with food for the past almost 2 years now, probably 2 years when you guys listen to this recording. I've had a lot of ups, I've had a lot of downs. I'm currently going up from a down right now. Last year, it was really amazing. I got to the point where I didn't care about my weight. and I was just enjoying life, and life felt very ecstatic. But then something happened. I started getting triggered. That led me to emotional eating, and I ended up gaining weight. And I fell back onto thinking about my weight every single day and just hyperfixating on it. But as annoying and as sad as it sounds that I went back to this, I want to see this as an opportunity to truly heal everything that I wasn't able to work on last year. And through this healing journey, I've decided to record this podcast. So I don't see it as a bad thing because I would rather work on it right now than just struggle with the triggers every single time I gain weight. When I first started healing, I was in therapy, but I was mostly doing a seminar. It's called the Phoenix Seminar by Brian Tracy. It is amazing. I recommend this seminar 1,000 times. It's so good. It just really helps with like self-development and self-acceptance and love. Anyway, it gets to the point in the seminar where it's asking you what's your main goal in life. Tell me why the biggest goal I've had and had at the moment was to lose weight. I remember realizing that and being like, am I so vain? Am I so vain that my main goal in life is to lose weight? I felt ashamed to even share it. And I don't even know why it surprised me because I spent my whole life fearing weight gain. So it does make sense. It's this urge of like, I have to lose weight today. I have to lose 10 pounds this week. I cannot go next week with this amount of weight. Like, I have to lose it right now. I never understood why. I genuinely thought my brain just wants me to accept myself, to love myself. But then I remembered when I was a kid and my dad put me in the diet, he would take me to a doctor, I want to say like every 3 to 4 weeks. And she was just as intimidating as my dad. Like, I was so afraid of going to the doctor. It felt like they were ganging up on me. Keep in mind, I'm like 11 years old. Every single time, they would see if I had lost weight. I remember one time I went and I felt super anxious. The doctor congratulated me because I had lost weight. And then I remember I got home and my dad like congratulated me. And all I could do was go to the bathroom and cry because I had so much anxiety in my body. I didn't know how to regulate it. I had to get it out of my system. I had to cry. I didn't know what was going on. And my mind couldn't comprehend why, if what I wanted so bad was weight loss and I had actually lost weight, why was I still crying? Why wasn't I ecstatic? I was afraid. After I reflected on the doctor situation, I realized the constant fear and the constant anxiety I get and the thinking I have to lose weight today, I cannot wait a whole week to lose weight, is the same fear and anxiety I would feel with that doctor 10 years ago. So my body is just reliving that over and over and over again. If you're so focused on your weight, and your goal is to lose weight, and your focus is on how many calories you ate, how many calories you burned, how that top looks on you, you're probably not vain. For me specifically, it's because I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe with something other than skinny. My brain feels in danger and I need to be safe. My brain wants me to be safe. And the only way it knows it's through weight loss. That's why I have the urge of losing weight, because I want to be safe. And if you don't know the reason why, I highly encourage you to grab your journal and really ask yourself. Talk about your experience with this hyperfixation, the effects it has had in your life, how it feels, how your day-to-day goes, and then ask yourself, what would happen if I don't lose weight? Like, I get it, that's my goal, to lose weight, but what happens if I don't? And then just reflect on how you feel when you ask yourself that question. Do you feel scared? Do you feel anxious with just the thought of not losing weight? What's the worst thing that can happen if you don't lose weight? I've been thinking it for myself, and I was about to start school and I was like, I have to lose like 10 pounds because next week I'm starting school and they cannot find out that I gain weight. And that's the thing with the doctor. My urge to lose weight was because I was so afraid of them finding out that I gained weight because I knew it was going to be hell for me. So I was mirroring that to my current situation. I'm about to start school. My classmates cannot know that I gained weight. Then I was like, who are my classmates? Think about it. People around you are probably too focused on what they think of themselves and what people think of them. They're too busy to be actually thinking of other people. So I'm like, why do I care? And today I realized it's not that I care what they think, it's that I care of it being true. Have you ever been like, I really want to go to parties, but I won't go to parties because I look fat and everything? And this is not such a crazy statement. I'm not the only one. With that thought, I would get scared of going to parties because I'm like, everything I have will make me look fat. So what if a guy looks at me and thinks I'm fat? It's not that I care about the guy. It's just that statement, them thinking I'm fat. Because what if them thinking I'm fat means that I am fat? What does that say about me? What does that say about my value as a person? Does that mean that I'm at a disadvantage? Does that mean that people are better than me? Does that mean that I'm going to be judged? For this to be scary for you, the consequences of it must be negative. That's what you're afraid of. Or at least that's for me. I'm mostly afraid of the consequences of that being true. And this is because my dad, he would put distance. He would criticize everything I ate. He would make me just feel like I wasn't enough. It was this constant feeling like I had to beg for attention. I had to beg for love. I had to take responsibility for things that weren't my responsibility. We are literally making our lives about our body. And the worst thing, this is probably the best our body's going to look like. We're gonna grow old. Our body's gonna grow saggy. That's assuming that we're not going to die in the next few years. But if we happen to reach old age, our body is not going to be as flexible or as fast as it is right now. Our skin's not going to be as smooth or as toned. If you don't have the confidence to wear a bikini now, I highly doubt you're gonna have the confidence to wear a bikini at your 60s. It's now or never. We are at our peak. And it's so sad that we are spending our 20s, our teen years, maybe our 30s, just hyperfixating on weight. And you know what? If hyperfixating on weight really worked, you wouldn't need to be hyperfixating on it right now. It's a defense mechanism. We feel like we need to hyperfixate because that's what we need to be safe. Let me expand more on it. Try telling yourself that you're going to get to a point where you don't care about your weight. Or try telling yourself that it's okay to stop caring about your weight. I remember when I did that exercise, I had so much fear because it's like, in order to become a person who doesn't hyperfixate, I just need to stop hyperfixating. But my version right now feels so resistant to that because I am hyperfixating to keep myself safe. And I think that's the only thing preventing me from gaining a lot of weight, which is not true because I gained weight this past year while hyperfixating. But I feel hyperfixating is the only thing that keeps me from not gaining 100 pounds. So when I stop hyperfixating, I will most likely gain weight, and I cannot let that happen. Even if in the future I'm not gonna care about it, I care about it now. So I don't want to put myself at risk and put myself in a situation that's going to lead me to weight gain. I just don't feel safe. You have to make this an environment where it's safe to gain weight. And just the mere fact that you cannot accept the idea it's okay to gain weight just shows you how much you need to work on that. Because it's okay for other people to gain weight, but not for you. It's okay for other people to wear that outfit confidently, but not for you. The only person who's making it not okay for you is yourself. Unless you are currently with an almond parent or an almond partner. And even if you are in that environment, you have to change the environment within yourself. You're basically telling yourself that you don't deserve love if you gain weight or if you don't lose weight. Now, going back to the definition of hyperfixation, it says, to the point where a person loses touch with the present moment. We've spent our whole lives thinking, I have to lose weight, instead of thinking, how can I make myself feel better? Do you notice a difference? If your main thought is losing weight, you're probably stressed. Your cortisol levels are probably high. You're probably in survival mode. You're not as comfortable as you could be if that was no longer your focus. When was the last time that you decided to prioritize your sleep? When was the last time that you prioritized being hydrated? When was the last time that you prioritized exercise? Not from a weight loss standpoint, but more, I want an active lifestyle. And if you think about it, instead of saying, I have to lose weight, I want to lose weight, you could be saying, I want to have proper rest. I want to be hydrated. I want to be active. I want to be nourished. Do you see the difference in those statements? The I have to lose weight comes from fear and pain, anxiety from what happens if you don't. But then I want to rest properly, I want to be hydrated, I want to be nourished is more of a self-care approach. Because if you really think about it, if you're resting properly, if you're being nourished, if you're being active, your body's going to feel amazing regardless of how much you weigh. Because all of those things are positive for your body. It doesn't come from a place of fear. And that's what will help with your hyper focus on weight. You've spent your whole life thinking, I have to lose weight. To this point, it's no longer you're consciously thinking that. It's just that has been your automatic for the past 5 years, for the past 10 years. And it's gonna take time. I'm not saying after listening to this episode, you're gonna go home. Well, maybe you are home while you're listening to this. I'm not saying you're gonna listen to this and your life will immediately change and you will immediately stop thinking about having to lose weight and you will start having a different approach and just go cold turkey. No. You probably told yourself over a million times that you have to lose weight. Now it's your time to tell yourself that it's okay if you don't. You have to intentionally think different thoughts. Automatically, you're going to think, I have to lose weight. You have to step in. You have to tell yourself, actually, I don't have to lose weight. If I were to decide to stay at my current weight, that would be okay. I would be safe. My best friend would love me regardless. My boyfriend, my girlfriend, my partner would love me regardless. My pets are not going to leave me. And I know it sounds so stupid saying, my dog won't stop loving me, but sometimes you have to go to that extent. In my journal, I've had to say 1,000 times, my dogs see me with love and as someone who they can play with. They don't see me for my weight. You have to reaffirm yourself. Now you have a start point. Now you can go grab your journal and reflect on how the past 5, 10, 15 years have been for yourself regarding weight, how that has affected your life. If your focus has been more about weight loss rather than making yourself feel good. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know that for me, if my focus had been making myself feel good, I would have probably had 10 years feeling good rather than 10 years of fear because I haven't lost enough weight. And that speaks volume. And I know that it sounds easier than what it actually is, but healing your relationship with food is not easy because you have to work a lot of wounds, a lot of triggers, and it takes time, it takes effort, energy. So, intentionally focusing on something else will feel like a challenge, but that's okay because you can do it. I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. Bring yourself to the present moment. Journal, meditate. The first step is to be aware of your thoughts. So try to identify your thoughts, just become aware of them. Do not judge them, just become aware of that. That's going to help you realize what you're thinking most of the time, what's causing you the most anxiety, and then just think the opposite. If I think I have to lose weight and that causes me anxiety, I probably have to tell myself my current weight is okay. So yeah, that's my take on hyperfixation. If you guys think this episode needs like a second part, like if you want me to talk more about hyperfixation and what additional things you can do on how to work on it, please let me know. Please reach out. Also, I highly encourage you to check out all my other social media. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for next week's episode and have an amazing day. God bless you.